Can women serve as pastors or elders? It's a heartfelt question for many believers. To answer, we look to Scripture, not shifting cultural trends. The Bible shows God's design for men and women to serve powerfully, within distinct roles, for the health of his church. Paul, deeply invested in the church's well-being, charged elders to care for the flock precious to Christ. His letters to Timothy lay out a blueprint for church life, emphasizing order and strong leadership. Paul's goal wasn't arbitrary rules, but a healthy, unified body where everyone serves according to God's design. Each role matters. When everyone serves as God intends, the church thrives. Paul's instructions aren't about exclusion, but about building a community that glorifies God. The foundation is care, order, and a shared mission. Paul begins with a call to prayer for all people, urging unity and godliness before discussing leadership. He calls men to lead in prayer, setting a tone of peace and maturity, crucial for church health. This unity is vital, especially with threats from false teachers. Paul warns Timothy to guard against divisive doctrines, highlighting the elder's role in protecting the truth. Church order isn't random, it's a defense against confusion and error. Strong, unified leadership keeps the church anchored in truth. Paul's vision, a church that stands firm, led by godly leaders and protected from harm. Prayer and unity are the pillars of this structure. Paul addresses women, focusing first on character, godliness, modesty, and good works over outward appearance. He urges women to be known for their faith and service, not for show. In this spirit, Paul instructs women to learn quietly and with humility during church gatherings. The call isn't for silence, but for a peaceful, teachable spirit, mirroring the unity he expects from men. Paul reserves the authoritative teaching and governing role of elder for qualified men for the sake of order. This structure isn't about value, but about God's design for church health. Women's voices and gifts matter deeply, but the role of elder is distinct. Paul's aim, a church marked by humility, order, and mutual respect. Godliness and peace are at the heart of his instructions. Paul grounds his teaching in creation. Adam formed first, then Eve, showing God's intentional design for leadership roles. He references the fall, not to blame, but to illustrate the importance of honoring God's order. The restriction isn't cultural, but rooted in Scripture's foundation. Yet Paul ends with hope. Women have a vital, honored role, especially in nurturing faith in the next generation. Salvation is through Christ alone, but women's influence in the home and church is profound. Both men and women are essential, each with unique God-given roles. The church flourishes when everyone embraces their calling. God's design is wise, beautiful, and for the good of his people.